I was 8 years old when I came to the States and didn't know a word in English. You come to the States in third grade, I would say, and it's terrifying. It's very terrifying. I cried on the airplane, and I'll never forget. I cried mind you, it's a 14-hour flight, and I cried all the way that I didn't want to come here. It took a long time for me to adjust to things. It was a lot easier than my siblings since I was young. I picked up on the language, on the culture a bit faster than they did, but it's been a good transformation. Life in India was a spoiled life, I would say. I had a father who was in the States, and he had me spoiled. I was living like a king back home. When I was a baby, I had a crib. Stroller. And strollers didn't exist in India back then, so I was the only one with a stroller, I had these toys and things, that obviously, I shared with all of my friends, all the kids that were there, so I was a bit spoiled. I'm from a village, so you have to understand that there's not much going on. So, we had TV, which was black and white, It was different. It was an amazing life. It was an amazing life, but compared to the States, it's completely different. I used to play with marbles. I used to play in the mud. So it's apple and oranges. But I loved the time I had in India. Oh, school here was it was a struggle. Really, it really was. It was really tough. I'll tell you a funny story. So in third grade, there's a spelling test every Friday, I think. And whoever would get 100 would get to skip the next spelling test and get to play in the back with the toys. So I would be the only kid, who would never get 100. And, I used to look and as a kid, I'm like, Jesus, I want to go back there and play with these toys. And that would never happen. So one day I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm gonna cheat. So I decided to cheat off of my friend. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna cheat off of him, and I'm playing with these toys. I'm playing with these toys next week. So obviously, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like cheating for the first time. I get caught. I got caught cheating. So the kid who's sitting across from me, he tells the teacher. He goes, "Oh, look, he's cheating," and I'm like, "Oh, damn it." At that point, I didn't know. The teacher knew my situation. So she goes to the kid. She goes, "Mind your own business. Let him do what he's doing." She goes, "It's okay, Raj." I'm like, I was shocked. I didn't get the 100, but I remember that moment. I remember, and it was a good feeling. It was a good feeling that someone understood me, especially my teacher understood me for what I was going through. Well, eventually, yes. I started studying, and towards the end of the year, I managed to get a couple of hundreds. And, I got to play in the back. It's my moment.